Yeah. Peace, bless, love. Give thanks to that man above. You now rocking with Mr. Uncommon.
Hey, yo, what's the word, y'all? Y'all already know who y'all rocking with. It's the Fresh Prince himself, Izzy Finesse.
Hey, yo, you heard the one and only Jay Confident. Remember, y'all, connect deeply with the essence of our humanity through art, music, fashion, and shared experiences. Let's go! Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're going to get into
Let's
today.
go.
That's
what
all
I
of
do.
that shit. All of that.
All of that
art,
shit.
from the fashion to the music to everything.
Even humanity.
Even humanity.
Even humanity. Oh, shit.
That's it.
Sure.
Yo, but before we get into anything, though, yo, YouTube. Thank you for getting us to 350 subscribers. Also, Instagram, we at 600. We keep going up, too. So before we get into anything, please like, share, subscribe, and also catch us on Off Xperience Pod on Instagram.
Also, check us out on TikTok, TikTok. Shout out to our audio people. Thank you for listening. I don't know my tongue.
You bugging today,
I don't know, bro. But thank you for y'all listening to us. We appreciate you for all over the world. Thank you.
Yeah. So before we get started, listen, I want to tell y'all, welcome to Off Xperience, where we learn about life experiences and we how you call it? Yeah, that one. I got tongue tied there. Sorry. Listen,
you talk about
trials
we
to
try.
triumph.
We celebrate triumphs, right? So let's go. Right now, we got a guest here today, man. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, man.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead, my brother.
Nah.
Yeah.
He said, allow me to Nah, the boy Vegas, man. HEIR Vegas, that's the handle. You're ready. What's up, man?
Yeah.
He came with that shit on
Welcome.
already, too. He came with that shit on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure,
My,
for sure.
my man came smelling like $1 million, bro.
He sure
like,
did. I have to ask the man what he smelled like.
you know what? You know when they say like when people walk by, like you just spray it, like that's
Yeah.
the shit. This shit, that shit was like a magnet. Pause. No
Yeah.
thing. It was like, damn, nigga, like what the fuck
Yo,
you got on, bro? Like,
when you chasing the money, you gotta smell like money.
Okay, I hear that shit.
yeah.
You gotta look good to do good. You gotta be sharp to stay sharp.
Oh, okay. I hear that
Definitely,
shit.
for sure.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah. So listen, we want to get into your your
backstory.
your life, man, your story, like, cause you're doing a lot today. You're doing a lot today, man. It's
yeah.
good seeing you what you're doing out there. You know what I mean? You progressing.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
Yeah, for sure, bro. Like, and that's the only thing to do. You elevate, man. Like, and that's based off all your experiences that you've gone through life that made you who you are today, right?
Definitely.
So, you know, let's go back to run through the stories of how you know.
So you want the background check?
We want the background check, man. We want, because you know why? Because we like to let them know, like, you know, there's a lot of people like us, right, in the world, and just because you come from a situation or any whatever environment you're from, you can still do something for yourself, right? And they need to see these and hear these stories on, you know what I'm saying, of these
sure.
situations, right?
Yeah, because not everybody was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, definitely
you
not.
can
trenches.
still be fed off a plastic spoon and still come up on top. You know what I'm saying? That's what we over here doing.
Yeah,
All right, so let's get to it.
yes, sir.
Let's see the boy Vegas.
Wait,
I'm gonna take him back to let's take him back to 183rd and Walton.
Oh, okay.
183rd and Walton. That's I could say that's when I started looking. Not even looking. That's when I started being outside. Like, since everybody claims that they outside, like, nah, I really been outside since like a very young age, and it's not that like I didn't have no parents or nothing like that. My parents was always there. Like, I'm not gonna claim that broken household story. Like, no, my parents was always there. But like being outside and where I was from or where I was, want to say brought up in, wasn't really the smartest thing to do because it was crazy back then.
Yeah.
Like, up and down the block. First and foremost, if you know 183rd and Walton, or if you even know the Bronx period, back then 183rd and Walton was on fire, man. Like, shit was crazy. Up and down the block, you had fucking motherfuckers selling drugs on every corner. You had cops fucking circling the block on foot in the paddy. For those that don't know what's the paddy, that's the fucking white van.
Talk about it.
So yeah, like, they would fucking circle the block like vultures, and you know, we was outside, we was kids, shit. I was playing football. I had dreams of being a fucking professional athlete. I went to Kennedy High School. Didn't y'all go to Kennedy?
Yeah.
See, like, everybody in the Bronx, man, if you didn't go to Kennedy High School or Clinton, I would give Lehman the pass, but if you didn't go to any of those,
Nah, fuck that.
He went to Gompers.
Listen, man, Gompers ain't make no noise. If you from the Bronx,
I'll go fuck.
if you look. I'm talking about the athletic program.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Kennedy.
I was more of a like technical vocational school.
Yeah. Like
No,
coming
that,
up.
you know what? That is true. Sports wise, yeah, you're definitely right about that. For sure.
Sports wise, like if you from the Bronx, then you already know the top 3 schools was definitely Kennedy, Clinton, and Lehman.
That's a fact.
Like and that was football, basketball, baseball. That was all sports.
Morris will give you a little nudge, maybe. Morris, maybe.
I mean, we ain't see Morris on our schedule, so they must have not have been popping at that time.
They wasn't. I don't remember Morris being on my schedule either.
Exactly. But yeah, man, I wanted to play football, so like being outside playing football, like that was everything at the time. Like that was life. Like I knew nothing else but playing football. And being on 183rd, I met other kids that was like athletic and shit like that had the similar dreams. They wanted to be professional athletes too. So we thought like, the only way we're gonna do that is by practicing and shit. So we used to have a backyard in our building.
Facts.
And the backyard is where we kind of like harness our skills. Like we dead ass used to give each other positions and shit. Like, yo, you the wide receiver, you the quarterback, and like we would practice on some everyday shit. Like play 5 times a day during the summer. Like, just to get good, because we knew that we was gonna eventually go to high school and, try out for the team. So, my mom supported that shit fully. Nice. Like, and definitely like my aunt, like my family was very supportive of me like playing football and shit like that. But remember I said we used to play in the backyard.
Yeah.
There was a time where the backyard closed. They say all good things come to an end. Mm-hmm. And like playing in the backyard, that shit was fire because there was no cars in the way. Word, right. There was no people we had to watch out for, like throwing the ball type shit. Pause. Like it was in the building. It was literally in the backyard. So when they had shut that down or closed it, whatever they did, we was forced to play in the front of the building. Now, mind you, I never went to the front of the building. That shit was like a don't go zone because the front of the building was the real world.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like my mom, she couldn't watch me. Like our window was facing the backyard. Okay. So whenever I went outside to go play ball and shit, my mom would be able to see me and kind of supervise me, let's say. But now that I'm in the front of the building, she can't see shit. She don't know what the hell's happening. Yeah. I'm telling her I'm playing football, but she don't know what I'm really doing. Thanks. And that's what eventually ends up happening. So
when you're outside.
Exactly. So, while we outside, we playing football and shit like that, we used to see the motherfucker, the boys on the corner. And when I say the boys, I mean like motherfuckers that was getting money. Yeah. Like, and seeing that at an early age and knowing that I'll be able to get that if I stayed on the right path and played football and get drafted and become like this millionaire seemed so far. It seemed like a fucking dream that was never going to come true. But then I'm looking at this 5'5" short Spanish dude with a fucking Jacob watch. I'm like, wait a second, this motherfucker don't play sports?
Yeah.
So how he's getting all this money to afford all that? And like I seen him on a payphone, and actually I still have this visual in my head to this day. Like I saw him literally pick up the payphone and his Coogee hoodie, his Coogee sweater slid down, and I seen the iced out Jacob. So that's my first time ever seeing jewelry like that. Besides like on the videos and music videos, that's the first time me seeing actual iced out jewelry in person. So. Like
inspired you to like
not inspired me. I was more curious.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know no other way to be able to become rich other than playing sports.
Right.
I thought that's how you get rich.
Well, you had the innocent mind at that point.
Exactly. I thought either you was smart, book smart, and you became a lawyer, a doctor, or you was super talented in sports and you became a professional athlete and you became a millionaire.
So you standing there watching this man at the paper. What was your intentions at that time? What he was doing?
I said I was curious. Like I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, like it was that like. Wait a second. I know he don't play sports. I know he's not in school. There's no way, right? I'm like, yo, there's no way. So I'm kind of like. Wanting to ask him like, yo, how you got that? But then again, I'm like, I don't know you. I still had like that kind of mentality. Like, yo, if I don't know you, if you're not one of my friends, I'm not just gonna go up to you and start asking you questions. And then I also seen too another huge aspect of that whole scenario, visual, whatever, was he had girls with him. Right. So that was another thing too. Like, you know, I had my little girls running around in high school and shit like that, but junior high school, but it wasn't that type of affection that he was getting. It was more like, let's get straight to it type shit. Fuck my name, fuck my number, let's go. And I was like, hold up, this motherfucker, he's fresh, he's iced out, and he's able to have some sort of a street fame. Let's say he was like, you know, hood famous. On some hood famous shit. Like everybody knew who he was. So, you know, I was always intrigued by that. And every time I would come outside to play, I would always peep the corner and always see like, oh shit, yo, damn, they outside. You know, like they getting money, and they was the dope boys from the block. So they used to bless the whole block with shit. Like motherfuckers used to throw block parties, you know, have the whole block jumping with a DJ,
they
shit
used to
like
do
that.
Shit back then, man. Like take care of the hood and all that shit.
Yeah,
Not glorifying it, but it's just like that's what they did. They just took care of the hood and all that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's making shit more fun though too. Like, you know, now it's actually like engaging. Like you know, like now like the hood is engaging now with everybody. Everybody knows each other. So it's like nothing could go wrong.
But then again, like I said, all good things come to an end. So what I also witnessed was motherfuckers basking in, I guess you want to call it riches, because they had to come from somewhere. And my only guess is they came from rags. So they went from rags to riches, and it was very temporary, because that same summer, I saw him go from being the motherfucking man to being a fucking bum within a 4-month span.
Wow. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this is real shit. Yeah. Like I literally went to go buy fucking chinos and seen same dude on a fucking milk crate asking for money.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so the same way how you could have everything in that type of game that he was in, it could all be taken away. And me seeing that just made me be like, I could do that, but I need to be, if I do decide to do that, I need to be smart about it and really like understand that that's not something that I can make a career out of.
Yeah.
And like and like the same way how there's just so much fast money coming in.
Exactly.
It could be the same way going out. Like it could be it could be the same way.
But you know what they say, right? Like that's the devil's work, right? The devil will give you instant gratification, right? But doing God's work, it will give you long, you know, later on.
A whole lot of it.
A whole lot of it, right? So like you said, you saw him 1 year here, the next year he was gone.
Not even years. I said
summer.
like a couple months. This shit lasted the summer. Like, and that's what also like raised my curiosity, because I was like, yo, wait a second, this dude was just balling, and now he don't got nothing. Like, what happened? You know, me still having that innocent mind, I didn't really know what the fuck what he was doing first and foremost, and I didn't know that shit could all stop. Yeah. And once I peeped this stop, I was like, oh, nah, hell no, that's definitely not for me. But did I dive into it? I definitely did, because I wanted the experience. Okay. You know, you could only choose the right decision if you jump into a situation and then know that it's not right for you. Yeah. You have to experience something in order to realize that, yo, this ain't me.
You're right.
Because I could have jumped into that game and became fucking Tony Montana.
Facts.
And then that would have been me. That would have been my story. You feel me?
Yeah.
But that's something that I was like, let me see what happens. Then I started seeing what happened to those around me and was like, you know what? Let me. This is not it. This is not the ending that I want. You know, this is not how I thought it was gonna end. Mm-hmm. And witnessing it through other people, thank God.
That's what I was gonna say too. Like, you don't have to experience it through as to the depth of you experiencing it.
Exactly.
But just around you, it goes boom.
I look at it as it being examples for me to see.
There you go.
So and then make the right decision for me.
Yeah.
I look. That's how I actually look at life now. Like, so that's crazy that I used to think about that before, and it actually got me to where I'm at right now, like at this table. Mm-hmm. Like, I literally look at whatever venture I decide to jump into, right? and I look at what's happening around me. I'm very I observe a lot of shit, and I look at what's going on with this person, with that person, and then I say like, okay, I see what he did. Do I want to do that? Because I'm seeing the outcome. Okay. Or do I want to do this? Right? So then, I kind of, the choices are in front of me. And it allows me to make the better choice for me. Okay. So I witness what's going on in my surroundings. And then I make the better choice for me. And
so what what they say, man, a smart man learns from mistakes and a wise man learns from others.
Exactly.
So, you know what I'm saying? So right there, and that's a good way of thinking too, because I think you should have that type of, that vision to be like, okay, study. And that's research. You're doing your own research to know what you are capable of doing and what not to do, right? So the football, right? So what made you decide, you thought you was gonna be that?
Okay, so that was during the summer. I obviously ended up going to school. So I was playing in this program actually called JPD, stood for Junior Player Development. Okay. And it actually took kids off the street and taught them how to play football the right way, like all the fundamentals and shit like that, dope. How to tackle, how to catch correctly. Like, there's a lot to it than just running out and catching the ball. Yeah. Pretty sure you already know. Like, football is a very grueling sport. Like, you got to do a lot. And I really loved football. Like, I really love football. Like, if I would have stayed consistent, I knew I would have made it to the league. But like I said, the consistency and then distractions came. And once distractions gets in the mix, being at that age, you like making the right decision, it being all on you, like you being, because again, even though I wasn't sheltered and I had parents, my mom let me do whatever I want. Like, she let me be free. Yeah. She let me grow up, basically. Okay. Like, she's like, okay, you could go outside, you know how to tell right from wrong, you know how to fucking cross the street, so I could trust you, right? She trusted me. Like, when I was younger, I had like, I don't know if you want to call it a curfew, but I just knew when to go home. Okay. I knew the appropriate time to go home. I think that was
all of us at that
time,
right?
But there was also, I also had some friends that their parents really didn't care. And these motherfuckers was breaking night outside at young ages. Yeah. And like, I've maybe done it once or twice, but this is as a young teen. I'm talking maybe 13, 14 years old. Like, that's a little kid. Yeah. Right? Exactly. But, like, I always knew when to come home. So my mom always had, like, that trust. Like, okay, like, my kid is not stupid.
That's when she used to let you be free.
Yeah, he's not dumb. So, double back to this football thing. I was playing the football. She let me go be part of a team, all this shit like that. Ended up becoming the first string wide receiver. Played in a couple games. I'm telling you, I was nice, bro. Like, if motherfuckers had cameras and shit like that and had recording highlights, yo, bro, like, scoring fucking 30 touchdowns in a week type shit. Like, shit was crazy. Like, at the end of the day, like, playing football was ridiculous. And then I ended up, actually, Kennedy and Clinton, they was both on some, like, bidding for me type shit. Really? It wasn't no money involved. It was just more opportunity if you went to this school. And
they saw your talent. They knew your talent.
Exactly, because of the program that I played in, it was at Kennedy. So I played there for 2 seasons at Kennedy. Me and my boy Alex actually was playing with me. And since me and him is from the same hood, and we grew up playing football with each other, we already knew. We had that chemistry. Like, he was the quarterback, I was the wide receiver. He would give me that look. I would know exactly what the fuck he wanted to run, what play he wanted to do, how many yards he wanted me to run. So we was killing out there.
Tom Brady and Gronk.
Yo, bro, there was a point where we wasn't even fucking following the damn plays. We was just going out there, balling out. And that shit had caught the attention of Clinton scouts and Kennedy scouts. Yeah. Nice. And Kennedy was just...
And you wanted to go to that school if you was playing football and all that shit. Like
exactly. And we was playing on their field. So their coaches was there all the time. So they was like, yo, we need this kid. And a good note was Kennedy was a running team at that time. Okay. They didn't really pass the ball. They didn't have no... When I came through with the hands... Exactly. When I came through with the hands, that's the first time they... experience a motherfucker that could catch like that.
Yeah. Change the game.
Exactly. Change the game. They only had one passing play in their whole playbook. And then once I got there, they started changing shit up.
That's crazy.
To pass the ball more. And, that shit was exciting. But then, like I said, when you nice and the team is winning, you gain popularity. I try to keep it low key when I was in Kennedy.
And Kennedy
I just
was
wanted
big.
Nah,
Pause,
everybody
like,
knew you.
Exactly.
Everybody knew you. If you
Everybody
played a
knew
sport,
you.
bro, you was
Bro,
that jockey
if
right
you
there,
walked
like,
through, if you walked in that school with that fucking varsity jacket on, bro,
facts.
everybody was running up to you. They wanted to be your friend. Girls wanted to know what hooky party you was going to. Like, shit was crazy in Kennedy. I had a fucking blast when I was in Kennedy. It was crazy.
I ain't lying, bro.
But it was too many distractions, and we all know what happens when that happens. Stop going to class.
Grades start getting fucked up.
Exactly, and then that's where the whole fucking NFL career goes to shambles.
But even during that time, like your moms didn't notice that you had to get steered the right way.
Oh no, because she ain't know. Bro, I was cutting school. She ain't know what I was doing.
Damn, but at that time that we would get in the car, sent to that crib, and the
Nah,
phone
I think
call.
it was easier back then, honestly, because technology now. My wife gets the kids
the
report
attendance,
cards.
right?
Yeah,
The
everything on the phone. Back then, they had to
we
go
had
get.
to wait for the card.
Yeah, bro. Like, and that shit wasn't getting sent to your house like that.
Nah, I'm gonna
bro.
tell you
Like,
what happened.
hell
Listen, I told you I was the star. Well, I was one of the stars. I'm not gonna take the whole credit because the team was fire.
Yeah.
Like Harry was on the team. I had my boy Steven. He was the safety. He was a beast. Me and him actually was in the same junior high school, and we knew that we was both nice. We knew we was gonna make it. We kept on grinding.
Yeah.
But we had a squad. Like our squad was crazy. I still remember a couple of the cats that was on my team. But yeah, she didn't know because since I was valuable to the team, the coach used to look out.
Gotcha.
And
that happens a lot, too.
You know, like when they send the card in the mail, he used to have somebody intercept that bitch halfway there. And they'll I don't know what he used to do, but I'm just saying, like, there was some sort of interception on the route because it never made it to my crib.
Yeah.
But then, you know,
They do that.
all things catch up. You know, everything catch up. You can't fuck around for too long.
can't
when-
be smooth
when
forever.
when you playing a sport like that for a big school and you trying to really get recruited, you got to be about the books too. You got to be just
facts.
as about the books that you are about the game.
Definitely.
I hear that.
Like you have to. You
go.
have to. There's no way you're gonna become a fucking professional athlete without having some sort of academic credibility. Like you have to be on your shit.
Nah, yeah,
And
bro.
that-
I've seen so many talent wasted just because of that. Like the dude would be so nice, bro, so good at what he does, bro. Like whether it's football, basketball, and it's like that report card though, bro. Once that shit comes in, bro, it's like, yo, like,
Yeah, but it's not to show up to class, y'all. You gotta put it in the participant.
Yeah.
That's not
Everything
fucking
is
work.
work. Everything is work, bro. Everything is work.
Everything's work.
Consistency and work, bro. Like that's what it comes down to.
Yes, consistency is key in everything.
Definitely.
In everything.
Yeah, for real. Because if you ain't got that shit, you done, man. Like, and that's the shit. People who don't be consistent with school, you get fucked behind that. You know what I mean? So
And it's also like the people that you keep around you too, because your teammates should be there. You feel me? Be there, like, yo, bro, hit the books real quick. You know?
That's
sometimes
true.
we ignorant though.
Yeah, that's true to a certain extent because you gotta understand too is like when you're playing a sport, a team sport, there's always there's levels or how they call it strings. There's a first string, there's a second string, there's a third string. So let's say you the third string. Motherfucker, you praying for the first string to get injured or fucking you feel me? Like not to wish no bad on nobody, but if you the third, fourth string and you know you nice,
They
and
waited
you
for
just
that
need
moment.
the chance.
Yeah, word.
You need to take advantage of that moment. So some teammates won't be, you know, as supportive as you think they would be.
Shit, that's fun. Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
right.
you know, there's haters everywhere, bro.
that's
There's fucking haters everywhere.
That's
and
true.
that's one of the things I can't understand.
true. Fucking
Like,
hell.
well, why are you a hater? Like, cause there's like why? Like I never understood how people hate on another person.
You know why though? We said that in a couple episodes ago, right?
Yeah.
It's their purpose of life, bro.
Their purpose of life that
That really is their purpose
actually
of life.
could be a fact.
It's their
Because
purpose of life.
I don't understand how somebody could hate on another person when you have the ability to do the same exact thing.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I tell my coworkers the same shit, my nigga. I'm a union delegate, right? So I told my coworkers, why the fuck you worry about the next man's pocket, bro? Don't hate on him. Let that man do his thing. You do better.
That's what I'm saying. That all that energy that's going towards
Put that
hating, you
somewhere
could
else.
put that towards what you really need to do. So it's like, bro, what you doing that for?
Like you said, they spend all that time just looking at somebody else winning
Yeah.
and then hating on you, talking shit about you. Man, get out of here. You feel entitled, bro. That's another problem too. People feel entitled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
That's true. That's true.
Or like you owe them
Like,
something.
yo, what do I owe you?
Oh, that's the word.
Not a damn thing.
I don't owe you shit,
Man,
bro.
fuck
Like,
Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing.
I work
because-
every day. I woke up every day, worked every fucking day. You shouldn't feel that way. Like, you want me to help you? Like, do you want me to help you? Because that's the case. I can help you if so, but I don't have to give you anything.
Yeah.
Right? Man, fuck that, man.
Hey, I say, always be ready and able.
That's right.
Right? Don't be there with your hands out if you ain't bring shit to the table.
Ooh,
You feel me? That's a
bar
bar. Like,
right
look,
there. Yeah,
like,
drop a bar
I
for
see,
that.
like, at the end, it's true though. It's really a fact.
That's
like,
a fact.
you gotta be ready because I don't want to say competition, but there's always somebody that's in the same lane as you that's looking to be as successful.
That's a fact.
Or it's just it's a race basically.
Nah, it is.
Well, no, I don't really want to say a race. Let me not say a race. I'll backtrack.
The marathon.
It's not really a marathon. I use the wrong like terminology. It's it all comes like how Uncommon was saying. It's work ethic, it's consistency, right? Yeah. So if we in the same lane and you doing better than me, then your consistency and your work ethic is just better than mine.
Yeah.
And so that's it. Because all successful people are consistent, and they dedicated, and they have a strong work ethic. And you need that to to be successful.
That's what builds the strong core.
Talk about
Everything
it.
A
right
lot
there.
of people don't have that. That's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are missing one of those three keys.
Yes.
Either consistency, work ethic, or dedication.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're missing one of those.
Yeah.
And then if you're missing all three, you're a fucking hater.
You're
You're a
lost.
fucking hater.
Nah,
That's it.
Yeah.
Then you're a fucking hater. That's what it comes down to. If you're missing those three key traits,
Yeah.
you a fucking hater.
Yeah.
And there's no other way around it.
And if you, like he said, if you're missing one or whatever, surround yourself with people that could install that in you and build that in you, like, or just because, like they say, you are who you around. Simple. You hanging out with some bum ass niggas and all that shit, you're gonna be just that. Unless you leave from there, you're gonna be just that.
You're gonna attract it. Look,
Yeah.
like I say, I believe in the law of attraction.
Yeah,
you ever
big
heard
time,
of like
yes.
The Secret and shit?
Yeah.
So I believe in that like to the full extent. Like
Oh, yeah.
I live by that shit.
Definitely.
As you
And
should.
like basically how you saying when you surround yourself around people and if they on some bum shit, that may like
on you.
yeah, exactly. And it's just the law of attraction. And since they attracting bum shit and you with them, that attraction is gonna somehow find its way to your aura and make you a bum ass too. So everything is the law of attraction. Everything.
Yeah.
Like
I strongly believe in that for sure.
exactly. Like even for example, when people pray, like if you pray, right, you're saying a lot of positive things. You're thinking positive.
Yeah.
And when you think positive, you're attracting positivity. It's real simple. People just don't understand it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that are successful, they use the law of attraction because there's no other way. Like, I'm pretty sure you didn't think you was gonna have a podcast. You had many ventures.
Yeah.
You did the workout thing. You was doing the comedy, right?
about it,
and then it's a podcast. But one thing led to another,
Yeah.
and you kept on. You kept not saying like, "Oh, this didn't work." Scratch. You basically was like, "Let me try this.
Yeah.
Let me try this." There's nothing wrong with trying.
Yeah.
You can't fail if you don't try. And if you do fail, that should just make you want to go harder the next time to succeed, right? So
Talk about it. Drop the fucking
exactly.
Drop the ball back.
Yo,
Keep talking your
right.
shit, bro.
Yo, bro,
Like,
I'm a Gemini.
Nah,
I'm a
keep
Gemini,
talking
so I'm
your
gonna drop
shit, bro.
gems
Like-
all day, bro. I'm a natural born
keep talking
Gemini.
that shit, 'cause
So-
we need that type of shit, bro. Because it is true. The law of attraction is so fucking powerful. It's not even funny, bro.
for sure.
Like,
No, it really is, and also like the writing shit down and the freaking
affirmations
Oh, yo,
and
bro,
shit
having
like
the
that.
boards, bro.
Yo,
that shit
making
is really
a
real,
visionary
too.
board.
Yup.
Vision board,
A
bro.
vision board, yeah. You know what's crazy is me and Howard actually spoke about this years ago. I actually
Yeah.
put Howard on
Yeah.
to the fucking law of attraction and just basically just telling him about something that I had just got put on to.
Right.
And he believed that shit. And he's doing fucking fantastic now. Like
Yeah.
he dove into a whole different type of lane, and he's doing what he does, and it's working out for him. Like, and it's all the law of attraction, thinking positive and attracting that good energy,
Yeah.
bro. We made up of energy.
Definitely.
So when you attract good energy,
You get
that
good
shit,
energy.
yo, bro,
Comes
and it
right
doesn't
back to
stop.
you. Yup.
It
It's
doesn't
It's
stop.
like when you
either.
mad every day, all day. you're gonna continue to feel like that every day. It's not gonna stop. Like you, and then you wondering, yo, why is this shit happening to me every time? Because that's just you fucking attracting it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Go hug a positive person.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. But like in the mix of you growing up, right? So you see, you said that you was playing football, you was outside, but I also seen how you was very descriptive on what one of the dope boys was wearing. You know, you said he had the Coogee sweater.
Oh yeah,
and then the little Jacob watch. So like, how did fashion come to you?
Man, fashion. I gotta thank my aunt for that, because my aunt had me when I was a baby, was having my mom buy me Jordans and you know, like polo shit, Tommy Hilfiger shit. And as I got older, you know, in my little, I want to say like 11, 12 years old, my mom really couldn't afford all that fly shit. Like when I was a baby, yeah, that shit was light cake, but as I got older, she couldn't afford a fucking polo bear sweater. Like, you know, she couldn't afford none of that. So I had to settle for like my Easter outfits and like what I wore on holidays. That was like when I really used to get fresh. But then like my aunt, she would like hook it up. Like she would get me like brand new sneakers to go to school and shit like that. And I started doing my little research, like looking up who the fuck Jordan was. I didn't know who Jordan was when I was a little kid.
Yo, and I always say that too. I'm like, yo,
You know?
if you born into this world, bro, you just automatically know who Jordan is. Like, even if you don't know him from basketball, you know him from the sneakers though. So it's like, it's inevitable, bro, not to know who he is.
I like to like read a lot. Like I like to look up stuff. Okay. Like, and I want to say like learn. It's been something that I used to do when I was mad small. So fucking like just Nike and Jordan and like Polo and Tommy Hilfiger, all that shit. I used to like look up like who invented this, like who's behind this, like what's the Jumpman logo, who designed the Jumpman logo. Like just knowing more about something makes me like it. Like the more I know about it, like I feel like
I think that's why a lot of people are like that. So it is true. You understand the origin of it. So
exactly.
makes you feel close to that's true.
So with the fashion, I would look it up and it would make me like wanting more because I would be up on game. I don't know when new Jordans was coming out and shit like that. I wasn't able to get it at that age, but that made me, I want to say like, look, that actually like fashion and just like looking up clothes and shit made me want to obtain it. So as a young age, I was always looking how to get money. Like, because remember, when I'm young and going to school, my mom is taking care of me. But I didn't want that help from my mom because I knew she couldn't afford the stuff that I wanted. So when I was young and was able to get a actual job with, what was that shit back in the day, PAL?
Summer Youth shit?
Summer Youth, it was Summer Youth. That was actually my first job. I think I was like 13, 14 years old.
Shout out Summer Youth, man.
Working Summer Youth.
They
Hell yeah, man. Yo, shout
sure,
out Summer Youth. Whoever came up with that fucking idea, y'all put light cake in my pocket. Like, the shit was super light. I would buy one fucking pair of sneakers and be broke for the next 2 weeks, but it was definitely worth it because...
That's a fact, you ain't lying.
Yeah, because every 2 weeks I had the fucking newest Jordans. Jordans back then was dropping every fucking Saturday. So, you know, every time my paycheck hit, I was buying the new Jordans.
And they were cheaper.
And they were cheaper. They was $125.
$125.
And then the fit was real light. Like I would wear a white tee and whatever fucking basketball shorts or fucking jean. Because remember, this is young. I'm talking 13, 14 years old. Motherfuckers was not wearing a Nietzsche or Pepe at 13 years old. I don't want to hear that shit. It transcended when motherfuckers was in high school and shit like that. But the young, I will always have a fresh pair of sneakers on. The actual garments, actual garments started coming in high school.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's now I already got like a little part-time job. I'm able to afford fucking Pepe jeans and Rockaware sweaters and Sean John shit. Like, and then it got crazy and motherfuckers wearing iceberg. But that's a whole exactly. So, but yeah, the fashion came on super early. Shout out to my aunt, man. She's been up on all that 80s swag and in early 90s swag, and she had the boy fresh from the.
And I think that's always how it starts too. Like either like somebody in the family is just like they always just put
you need that role model. You need somebody to look up to because they're gonna put you up on game. They're gonna tell you what's whack and what's not. So like I seen my aunt styling. She had like the 8-ball leather jacket with the Concords on. Like it was fresh, and I always look. And also too, her father, my grandfather. Shout out my grandfather too. He was a fly motherfucker. He used to wear the motherfucking Reeboks, the all white classic Reeboks with the sweatsuit, with the gray sweatsuit. I think it was either Fila or probably it was Reebok. It was whatever it was.
that for sure.
But
Yeah.
then he had
Sergio,
the
the
gold
Sergio?
rope chain with the fucking 8-ball leather too. Like he was fresh as fuck. Like you with the crispy white socks. That's another. Yo, shout out to because now my sock game is stupid, and that definitely gotta come from like like bloodline type shit.
Did you always have that socks, or it just
The socks
recently?
it transcended because it completes the fit. Like I always say, like accessories and shit like that completes the fit. But now that I think back, like my grandpa always had fresh ass socks on. Like
together.
the socks was
crying.
because I remember the
he's right,
visual.
though.
Like when I start thinking about it, I used to peep him get dressed, and when he used to get fly. And his sweatsuit used to be fresh as fuck, like brand new. He used to have the 8-ball shiny, looking crazy fresh. And then the sock, bro, you know how hard it is to like wear a pair of white socks twice and them be fresh? That's like literally impossible.
The first time is over. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same thing. Like
coming in.
exactly. Like a white tee. Is you can't wear the same white tee 2 times
it's fresh.
because it ain't gonna be fresh.
facts.
So now that I peep, like, oh shit, he's dead ass pulling out a brand new pair of socks with the fresh kicks, and then he will always wipe down his kicks. So I knew, okay, not having them dirty is not the wave. Right? You feel me? Right?
So definitely paying attention.
Exactly.
Right?
Like I said, I observe everything.
paying
So
attention.
I took all those little notes down, and I evolved into how I am today when it comes to dressing. Because dressing now, I love getting dressed now. It's one of the best things I love to. Like I wake up.
But you always been like that though.
Yeah, I
You always
kind of
been like that.
Yeah,
you know you more now because but you've always. I can see how you always had that transition to go into that. Like,
and now you know why.
Yeah,
I always used to be like, yo, fucking getting fresh. I wouldn't say compared it to sports, but getting fresh was more than a hobby for me. It was like, yo, when I put this shit on, I'm representing kind of who I am.
Yeah.
Like I want to be fresh. I want to smell good. Like I want to look good. I want to look presentable. Like I don't want to look like the next person. I want to walk in the room and be different.
Yeah.
And then as I got older and really started diving into fashion and really started spending money and buying pieces, because that's what I do now. I buy pieces now. I don't just buy anything.
You don't buy clothes.
Exactly.
That's a big difference.
I respect that shit.
Nah, it's a big difference.
I like to call it garments. I
Okay.
buy garments. And
Like the sound of that, baby.
It's I like it to be timeless, like timeless clothing.
Okay.
And
Break that down real quick though.
I have a lot of shirts that have no logos. Like right now, I'm wearing a brand because I like this brand. It's a new brand called Who Decides War. Shout out Ev. Like this shit is fire. I a lot of things too. I support a lot of up and coming designers.
Okay.
Right.
So they may not be up and coming for me because I'll be on it 4 or 5 years. Like I knew about the designer of this brand 4 or 5 years ago when he started his very first brand. And that's because I do my research.
Right.
Like when I watch runway shows and I be like looking at people in the in the stands, whoever they pan the camera on, I'm probably like, oh, this is somebody. Let me look up this person. And then I'll find out what that person does. And I'm like, oh shit, he's a designer. Let me look into his brand. And then I'll see the brand and am I fucking with it? Nah. But does he have potential? Yeah, so I'll keep an eye out on it. I bet. I'll put you in the back of the book, but I'll revisit later. Okay. I pray you do good because I could see the potential. So that's what I kind of do when it comes to fashion. So when shit comes out, I could honestly be like, yo, I've been up on that. I've been knew about that. I knew that they was gonna make the transition and be fire and shit like that. So, but a lot of my clothing is very plain. You won't know what the fuck I'm wearing because I want it like that. I like everything to be kind of hidden and just to make a conversation actually. Okay. So that when somebody does say like, oh, I like the black shirt you have on. This ain't just any black shirt. You feel me? And then like, this ain't a Hanes.
You can put them on and all that shit. Like
exactly. This ain't a Hanes tee. This is a specific material, or this came from fucking Italy or wherever it came from, right? Like I like that, and that's what makes me spend the money. Because a lot of people would be like, "Oh, you stupid for spending such and such on this."
People just like that
on this black tee, and I'm like, wait a second. First and foremost, your black tee is not this black tee. Like this black tee, like you understand? Like it's like it may fit different. It may feel different. It like I said, I have a black tee that makes me feel like $1 million fucking dollars, and it's a black tee, but it's just the way it fits. It's the way it looks. Just everything about.
Like you really
it.
got to know your shit though.
Nah, yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like there was even a question floating around, like, yo, does wearing designer make you fly? And it's like, I ain't gonna lie, the same thing that you was just saying right now.
He's proving it right there.
Is what I'm saying. Like, is different. Like from when you wearing like the luxury to like just the regular plain Jane. Like, bro, the feel is different. The way how it fits is different.
Definitely.
But
I mean, just alone you saying that when you wear no logo is like, that's a conversation starter, right? That's an utmost conversation starter with anybody. Like you wear any type of shit, the color alone, people will be like, yo, what type of shirt is that? Let me put you on. Sit down, my friend. You know what I'm saying?
And if you're passionate about it, shit, you can educate somebody on it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying?
Like fashion needs to be appreciated, because when you get up every day, you're not going outside naked. So, right, you got to put that shit on. And when you do put that shit on, it got to look good. Like, looking good makes you feel good. When you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, you do great. You do better, right? Basically,
shit,
when
baby.
you do good, you end up doing great. And when
That's
you
a
do
fact.
great,
That
you just keep on.
And that's the law of attraction.
Elevating. Exactly.
That's
So
the law of attraction right there.
I feel like clothing is very important. Whether it's in somebody's budget or not, doesn't matter, because I know motherfuckers that get fly and they thrift. They thrift clothes. Their whole outfit may cost fucking $30. Yeah, but it's the way they put that shit on.
It's the
you
style.
gotta,
It's the style of
the
it.
weirder, the rarer, the better. That's what I say.
Say that one more time, bro.
The weirder, the rarer, the better.
And I agree 1,000%, bro.
Exactly. Like everybody, not to say, because that's super like cliche, like be you, be yourself, right? Now, I don't wanna say that. But when it comes to fashion, I say like, don't be a mannequin. Like don't dress like a mannequin. Like take the pieces that they put on this fake motherfucker and make it your own. Mix and match it. Make it your style. Like make it your style, be versatile and have fun with it. Like when I open up my closet, oh yeah, that's not. I got it to the point where I could dress for any type of event. To like, yo, you want to go hiking? I got a hiking fit, a real hiking fit. Like I'm dead ass. I could dead ass get fresh on some hiking shit. If you wanna, like today, it was raining earlier. I got a whole rains outfit. Like I could be outside with no umbrella and fresh as fuck, bro, because I'm dressed for the rain.
Drops is coming right off the clothing.
Exactly,
like,
I'm dressed for the rain. So like.
That's crazy how deep it gets. That's
it definitely gets that way, because there was a point in time where I used to be like, fuck, I can't get fly today because it's raining. And you know, like they make sneakers with suede and nubuck, and you know certain materials will get fucked up by the rain. And just in general, you being fresh. I mean, when it's raining, it's hard to get fresh. It's just very hard because it's raining, it's just dirty, and it's just hard to get fresh in the rain. But
it's possible.
It's definitely possible. You could get fly as fuck in the rain. If you got the right garments and the right footwear, you could be fly as shit in the rain. So I got it to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm traveling more now. Like, so now I need a fit for the wintertime. I need a fit for like snow weather.
Yeah, and I seen that too. And I seen how you was in Aspen too with the biggest name in sneaker history, which is John Reaper.
My
also
boy.
RP to I love Swoosh too.
Oh yeah, that's my boy
but
Marco.
Like to be
RP.
with those two though in Aspen, just like on some snowboarding shit, bro, that's crazy. Cause,
that
like,
was
how did
fire.
that connection even come about, since y'all both like share a similarity in
we
sneakers?
could, since we on the topic of fashion too, like shout out I love Swoosh, man. Marco, that was a very, very good dude. Put me onto a lot of fucking sneaker gems and just sneaker culture in general. Like he was really about that life. Like that I love Swoosh shit that shit will remain forever.
Yeah, feats every day.
It was like he was very loyal to that Swoosh. Like that's one dude that he had a passion for sneakers. Like the sneaker game was everything to that man. Yo, I miss that dude too. Marco, man, that's my boy. And John Reaper, man. It don't get no better than John Reaper. Like that's my brother, like to the death. Yeah. Like he's just a fucking connoisseur of everything. He he gets fly, obviously, with sneakers and shit like that. And he just, from watches to art to fucking rare artifacts, motherfucker got magazines from fucking early 80s. Like, he's just all over the place with it. But it gotta be fly. Like, he's into all the fly shit. But Reaper actually used to collect samples, PEs, player exclusives from, like, you know, like Mike Bibby and fucking all of, exactly, the basketball players and shit like that. And he kind of got his name, or I wouldn't even say his name. He got the fucking, man, just the stamp of approval from the whole sneaker. Because I knew about John Reaper before actually knowing him how I do now, like personally. Like, his name was just in the sneaker community heavy for just having crazy, like, exclusive sneaker collection. Like, he had the sneakers that you can't fucking get. No matter how much money you had, you couldn't get those sneakers. Like, he had them, and that was a time, man. I remember that was a time. Marco was also up there. My boy Ghost, that's another heavy hitter up there with all the players' exclusives. And, man, it's just crazy, man. The sneaker game is just... It's a wild fucking game. It's wild because
like the rare sneaker game though, like, because
the rare sneaker game is not as wild now as it was before. Because I'm seeing before it used to be a very tight knit group of ordinary people that was able to get these sneakers. I'm not talking like celebrities and shit like that. Now I'm seeing multiple fucking people with these exclusive sneakers or these hard to find sneakers. Like, all these like resellers are getting them. So now it's like the cat's out the bag. Whoever was the plug, his contact is known. Everybody knows who this motherfucker is now, because I'm seeing too many people with sneakers that I never saw in person before. There was like myths that they even exist, and now I'm seeing them at almost every fucking sneaker event. Like, how did this come about? It couldn't be technology or anything like that. It's
that's
just
what they say now, that the sneaker game is like saturated.
That's
what they say right now. I mean, from before, it's like super saturated now.
It is. I want to say, I would say that, because, but then again, before the sneaker game and sneakerheads, let's use the term sneakerheads, because I'm from that era of the sneakerhead. And back then, it used to be a small knit group of people that considered themselves sneakerheads, like the motherfuckers that was camping out, like, and shit like that. Like, this is before fucking the internet and before the raffles.
Yeah, you got bots and shit.
Before that, like, we used to
earlier. We had the physical shit, bro. Like,
and I wish it was still like that sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
We was with the physical shit before.
Listen, man, that first come first serve wave, that shit was different, because it was literally like a fucking war zone. Like, you had to be. It's either you knew somebody or you had to be about it, because you was getting skipped. If you didn't have some sort of pool, some sort of connection, some sort of, I don't want to say clout. Bro. I don't want to say clout, because I hate that word. But
you just got to know somebody. You got to know the right person.
Basically. I mean, not all the time, but I'm just saying that helped. And if you was just out there like, oh, I'm number 15. Nah, bro, you getting skipped, bro. You number fucking 1500 now.
Bro, you gotta get the niggas, but you gotta backdoor the niggas first. You feel me? Then you gotta take these niggas that's being on the line. Like,
exactly, like those sneakers. That shit was crazy. I actually met a lot of good people camping out. So
you do network.
That was an experience in itself. Like, camping out. I'm glad I was part of that, because I met good people. I met fucking I Love Swoosh Marco at a camp out. I met one of my good friends, Sebastian, at a camp out. Like, I actually ended up joining a fucking sneaker group and started meeting like other people. Like, that whole sneaker shit was crazy.
Is that
man.
the league?
Nah, the league is art. It was called the Show Me Your Feet Heat.
Show Me Your Feet.
Yeah, it was Show Me Your Feet Heat, and it was just a fucking group of us, and all of us had fucking fire sneakers, fire collections, like.
You gathered with a couple of people that love the same thing you did.
Exactly. So whenever we went to like these campouts or these sneaker events, we would be rolling hella deep, and just all of us got on the exclusive sneakers. We actually did the I think it was one of the cancer walks in Central Park one year, and we was out there. I want to say like 50, 60 of us, and everybody had on an exclusive pair of sneakers. Man, that shit was fire.
That's
like it was dope. And then we love to talk about sneakers, like. We could talk about me. I'm loyal to the swoosh. Like I love Nike. I love Jordan. I'll never stop wearing Nikes and Jordan. Like that would be to the day I die.
Yeah.
I'll dabble in New Balance and what's another one?
Are you fucking with the Asics? You fucking with it?
Nah, not really. Like to me, it's because of my growing up. Like I never fucked with Asics. I never fucked with Saucony's or however you want to pronounce that whack ass brand. But that's not really my wave. Like if that's what you rock, then that's what you rock.
I gotta pay
but
Asics.
it's not. It's not like just the model of the shoe is really not.
No, people just like their own style, their own thing.
Yeah. And I seen it. Trust, I seen where there was a time where nobody was buying Asics,
Facts.
and then Ronnie went from Kith, ended up doing the collab with Asics, and he brought their whole brand back to life. Because
Didn't even know that.
Asics, I don't give a fuck who you were. You were not wearing Asics.
You wasn't.
In the fucking 2000.
You wasn't.
Yeah.
You wasn't wearing Asics in 2008.
And they were on the shelf.
Yeah.
And
You
you
wasn't wearing Asics in 2010. You was not wearing Asics in 2015.
That's a fact. You ain't
Nah,
lying.
it's
Matter
just
of
now,
fact,
it's now,
you
that's
was
it.
not wearing Asics in 2020.
That's a fact. You ain't lying.
I agree.
So, all right, so that's why, like, you may have been, because Ronnie already did the collaboration by 2020, so you may have wore Asics, but the way Asics are now
Way different.
is way different. Everybody's wearing Asics.
Yeah.
Women are wearing Asics. You know, when women buy your shit, you made
Got
it.
it. You got it. Yeah, you ain't
Yeah,
lying.
like when women buy your shit, you made it, because women are very hard to please. So if they like your shit, hey, you made
They
it,
say,
man.
please. They say if you want to, like, I can't even say that. That's exactly what they say. You're right about that. If you want to do something big, please
the
done, bro.
woman.
No, yeah. And
And they get you.
Yeah, and I also feel like with the shit with Asics was when Balenciaga had came out with those runners, and they look exactly like Asics.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of like I can't get that, but if I could get these Asics, kind of pull it off and make it seem like they Balenciaga, they designer shoes, then
I actually
might
thought
get-
those were actually Balenciaga. You see people wearing the fucking Asics. I'm like,
oh yeah,
Yeah, it kind of has a similar silhouette. I know exactly what you're talking
nah,
about.
it does. And I
do
seen
a quick look like.
yeah, I seen a lot of people be like, yo, those Balenciagas. I'm like, nah, bro, it's Asics.
Got him.
Yeah, but that whole trend, that whole wave of Asics being like popping
it's
now
crazy.
is all due to Ronnie. Like he really made that transition and made it fire. And then when New Balance, you got like a bunch of collabs. So that's what actually makes brands pop off. Like if your brand is not successful out the gate, which is extremely hard to do.
Yeah.
Right. If doing a collab kind of gives you like that piggyback or like that boost,
It do.
right?
That's true.
So that's why you see a lot of brands doing that, collabing and doing shit like that. So New Balance got all these,
Yeah, you got the
you know, all
Jones.
these collab. Exactly,
Yeah.
they got, and that's how they get it out to people, and they get it out to the masses, and then eventually you like, oh wait, that's fire, because they caught me like that too.
Yeah.
Like I actually ended up buying. I never owned a pair of New Balance, never. And then I think his name, I don't know how to pronounce his name, is like Salehi.
Salehi.
Yeah, there you go. Him, shout out him. He made some dope ass New Balance that was like water themed. And like I'm not really with the whole like colorful wave anymore. Like I try to keep the feet like
That's what I got on my feet right now, y'all.
toned down. I try to keep them toned down. But when I peeped those, they was like a turquoise blue type of color. I was like, oh shit, I gotta have those. Like those gotta be in the collection. And even though I wore them one time on a fucking boat in Cabo, but they was dope. Like I was like, you know what? Let me get them. They perfect for the fucking trip. I'm a cop, so ended
It's a
up
nice
copping them.
colorway. It's a nice colorway, and I see what Salehi and like Jown is doing with New Balances, and like they colorways is just off the roof. Like I never seen before with New Balance. But like you were speaking on rare sneakers, and I seen that you had went up to cause with the Air Max 90 volts. And I was like, damn, bro, that's crazy, because that sneaker right now with like how much it's worth.
A whole lot.
So
Yeah, so that's crazy. So in the I could actually double back and make the transition to how I got into art. So with the whole sneaker shit, actually I could double back even further, because when I was in middle school, remember I told you I used to cut school. I was cutting school as early as middle school. And I would take the 1 train. Damn, that's crazy how ASAP got a fucking song. I would take the 1 train all the way down to Canal Street, and then get off Canal and then walk the back blocks, like the alleys and shit like that. And I used to just window shop and look at fucking stores that don't even exist no more, like Yellow Rat Bastard and
they don't exist no more?
nah, hell no.
I haven't been down in a minute.
Fucking Union. That's when we had a Union.
Oh,
we
wow.
had a store called Classic Kicks. It was a sneaker store. They had like every fucking dunk you could think of.
Yeah.
Shit, there was just a bunch of fucking stores that don't exist. Like I could go on for days just.
Those mom and pop
Yes.
shops.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of them were established stores, like a store called Transit, that it looked like a inside of a train station. And they also sold like Nike Dunks too. And I think it was Tuesday or Thursday, but I know one of my sneaker niggas is gonna correct me on that shit. But SBs used to drop on like Tuesdays or Thursdays, one of those days, and Transit was the low key spot that, and when Blade sold out, and when Supreme, because Supreme used to sell Dunks too, when Supreme sold out, damn, that's crazy that I've been, bro. I was around when Supreme, you used to just walk into Supreme, no line, no nothing. There was no nothing. There was no hype around Supreme. It was a regular skate shop, and they sold Nike Dunks in there too, like Nike SB Dunks. And you would just be able to walk in there and buy the sneaker and walk out with no fucking problem.
And now be different.
Exactly. Like, it's just crazy how, I think it's all corny now, the way, like, they just they creating that bullshit. Like, all the riots and all the dumb shit that happens, they creating it with the system that they have. If people were just able to, what they do wrong is they put out a release date. If you don't put out a release date, then you won't have no riots because motherfuckers don't know when they was gonna drop. Before we had the internet, I never knew when sneakers was gonna drop besides Jordans because I had the East Bay magazine.
That's a fact. You're right.
Right? But
you're right,
before that, you had to just, it was like right time type of shit. Like you just had to be there.
Yeah. Oh shit, look, the Jordans.
Yeah, exactly. You just had to be there. Bro, there's a store actually in the Bronx. It don't exist no more, obviously. But they used to have every Nike. So I'm talking about the Hideki Nomos, all the Bo Jacksons, the Ken Griffeys, the Barkleys, all the other players besides Jordan. Yeah. They had fucking every single Nike you could think of. And every time I wasn't able to get a sneaker that, let's say, dropped on a Tuesday or a Jordan that dropped on a Saturday, I would go to that store and they always had them. Like, it was never a hassle to get sneakers back then. It was that's like...
Nah, it wasn't. Even on Fordham Road, all them sneakers always do.
Fordham Road, fucking on 205th, there was a spot called James Shoe Store.
James Shoe Store.
And, yo, bro, he had all the old Jordans, all the OGs for lower than retail. Like, shit was just crazy.
That shit was in the corner, right? Mm-hmm. With the jerseys or throwback jerseys?
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to go to that store a lot.
I wish there were still stores like that now.
So I used to cut school, go down to Soho, and then I used to just take mental notes of like these stores, like, yo, I'm gonna come back when I get money. I'm gonna come back here when I get money, and that's eventually what ended up happening.
So now that you saying that real quick, like getting money, you always didn't have money, right?
Nah, definitely not.
So
no way.
Before we even get to that, you got the art, the fashion, and all that, right? Like getting the money and all that. You window shopping, taking mental notes. Like what was the process of you getting to that place now to be like, all right, these things I have to do. I have to go get a job. I have to go work. Like
So I always dabbled in the street shit, and like I always knew that wasn't gonna be something that I really wanted to do. Right. Like I knew I couldn't make a career off of doing hand to hand shit. Like I had to be smarter than that because I knew what it would lead to. Eventually. Like there's only two options. Yeah. It's either you dead or you going to jail. There's no happy ending. And you could any figure you could think of, whether it's somebody fictional or somebody that's real, whatever. Scarface, for example, fucking who's another one?
Carlito's Way. Anybody?
Carlito's Way.
The same outcome.
The fucking American Gangster. Fucking or like all of them. Yeah. See it, and then it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Right. So knowing that that's what that's what opened it and was like, if the shit that I want, I'm gonna be able to get it if I go this route. But am I gonna be able to keep it? No. I want to be able to keep it. I'm a fucking hoarder when it comes to fly shit. Like, I like to save shit. I got clothes from fucking 2005, actually.
Do you really? Yeah,
yeah. I swear to God, because my whole thing of doing that was to save them for my son. But trends change every day, and my son didn't grow up liking clothes the way I like clothes, right?
Yeah,
like he likes clothes, but not as much as I do. Like, I love fashion.
Does he got that from you a little bit, or
I mean, my young boy gets fly, but he got his own personality.
Gotcha.
He's not going out and buying a $500 hoodie. He's not doing that. Like, he doesn't love it how I love it, but he gets fly in his own way.
Gotcha.
So, but that was my whole train of thought when I was saving clothes. Like, I'm gonna save this for my son when he gets older.
Yeah,
like,
you still got that's a collection though.
Yeah. Like, he still, there's shit there if he still wanna dive into it. But we could save that for another day. Yeah. But I knew the shit that I wanted. I knew that my mom wasn't going to buy it. I knew that fucking hustling was not going to let me keep it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? It ain't whack going the legal route. Like, people got to understand that. Like, going the legal route and getting a job or getting a career, like, that's not bad. Yeah. You making money. You can still live comfortable. Like, you could do what you got to do. You could buy the shit that... There's nothing better. There's no better feeling than buying your own shit, or being able to afford your own shit, right? Like, without asking for help or anything like that. Like, financially, there's nothing better. So I said, okay, if I wanna, I know what I gotta do to get this, so I'm gonna do this. And I just started working. And was I working dead-end jobs? Yeah, but my goal of working this job was just to get fly. It was just to get fly and to take care of the stuff that I needed to take care of at the time. Like, I had no real responsibilities, like paying rent and shit like that. Yeah. At that time, I'm still living with my mom, working a summer job or working, like, at Kmart and shit
actually,
like
what kind of jobs you have?
Yeah, like, so my first real job, besides the summer youth, I worked in Rye Playland. And then Ride Playland was doing fast food. And what was dope about it was me and my friends from the block
there, bro.
was working in Ride Playland as well.
How was y'all all getting down there though? You had to.
I was thinking that same thing.
We had to take the Metro North. It was the Metro North.
Okay.
You would take train. It was the red train. It was the red train. You would take the Metro North. It takes you straight to Rye, New York.
Okay.
And then from Rye, we would either walk it was like a 10-minute walk, or fucking we used to ride bike and shit.
I thought that shit. I used to always take a fucking cab from the train station to Rock Playland.
But imagine when you going deep over there, you got the whole hood, you just walking out there.
But then again, a lot of us used to ride bikes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we used to ride a bike, bro. We like fucking 10 deep. 15 deep. We would ride the bike to the train, jump on the train, ride the bike to Rod Playland. Like, shit was fire. But Rod Playland was a real job where I was actually getting a fucking check more than $150. Okay. Like, my check was like $600. So I was able to save up a little bit.
Shit, back in the day, 600 was up.
Yeah, because since everybody was working in Rod Playland and not on the block, there was no real reason to take a day off.
Facts.
So we would work 6 days a week from open to close. So my check would be like a grown man's check. Okay. Like, so, bro, I used to, after net would be 600. That's what I was coming home with. Okay. So
playing that overtime, boy.
Yeah, and we was getting minimum wage, but the amount of chicken, and then since all my friends was there, it was dope to be at work. Bro, we in Rod Playland. My lunch, I would go fucking ride a damn roller coaster, come back, eat a fucking glizzy, fuck around a damn Rod. Like, we in Rod Playland, bro. So not only am I chilling in Rod Playland, I'm eating free food, so I didn't have to spend money on food.
That's true.
I'm eating food and I'm getting money. So I'm having fun, I'm eating food, and I'm getting money. Shit was one of the best jobs I ever had in my fucking life. That's a real job. Right? Right, but it was a real job. Yeah. So I was smart. Whenever, at this time, Diesel is popping, Iceberg is fire, Coogee is going crazy. Yeah. and Pepe jeans, academics, like they coming up. And I used to take my money and I used to basically be like, all right, 300 is going to go to this. 300 is going to go to this. I used to be broke the whole week knowing I could eat at work. And do all this at work, right? As long as I got money to get to work, I'm good. I could blow my next check on a pair of fucking diesel sneakers or whatever have you, right? So that's what I used to do. But I didn't understand the importance of clothing at that time. I used to treat my clothes like I'll get another pair of Jordans next week. Okay. So I would go out, fuck my sneakers up. Type shit.
So I'm wearing Jordans to work type shit.
Yes, exactly. I will wear the.
He was looking at this nigga like, yo, why you wearing them shits, bro?
Yes, I was always that person. Damn, yo, why you wearing those Jordans to work? And that's because my mom frame was like, oh, this is nothing. I'll get another pair next week, right? So it was like that, but. I was never like running around with holes in my sneakers. Like that was never happening. But I was that person that was wearing as soon as they came out, I'm putting them on that same night. Like, or I just copped them, I'm wearing them to work type shit.
You got to. You got to break them in. You got to break them in.
Got to break them in, but you also got to be fly because you never know who you're gonna meet. Like so, I could have met the fucking love of my life at Rob Playland, and I would have came out from behind the counter, and she would have been like, sneakers is fucked up. Like, nah, man, I got on the J's, and all my friends used to wear like beat up sneakers.
Like Hush Puppies?
Hush Puppies? Nah, not at Rob Playland. They was wearing what they was wearing. They was probably wearing like Sauconys and shit like that.
Slippers and shit.
But yeah, I had on whatever, like the Flint 13s I remember back then and shit like that, Cherry 12s I remember I had at that time. But yeah, man, Rob Playland was that's where it started.
That was like your first job. Was that your only job after that?
Nah, hell no. I worked a lot of like little retail stores, man. I worked in fucking Kmart. It's crazy because every single one of my jobs led to some. I think this is the way I look at it. Every job that I had worked had led me to something that I was supposed to see or do. Okay. Because like at Kmart, I actually built a relationship with one of my good friends now. Okay. And I wouldn't have met him had I not worked in Kmart. Right. And then also I was outside of Kmart one day. I guess I must have been on my lunch break or something. But somebody had gave me a Bathe and Ape flyer. And it was the grand opening of Bathe and Ape. Huh. And so I'm looking at this flyer and I'm seeing these patent leather, what looked like Air Force Ones on this flyer in colorful colors. And I'm just like, let me check this out. So I go to the Bape grand opening, and it was a lot of people there. But I remember I bought a pair of Bapes. It was like the Colombian colorway. It was red, yellow, blue, and red. Oh no, it was red, yellow, blue, and white. And I remember I came back uptown. There was actually $186. That was the retail, $186.
And what year was this?
And that was in 2004. Oh wow. And I know 2004 because 2004 was a great year for me. That was the year my son was born. That was the year the Red Sox won the World Series, finally beat the fucking Yankees.
Yeah, he's a Red Sox fan.
Fucking Tom Brady went back to the Super Bowl. Patriots won the Super Bowl. That year was amazing. 2004, I'll never forget the year 2004. Like so much good shit happened to me in 2004. Like that was dope. 2004 and 2008 was two big years just two important years in my life that really got my mind frame to where it's at now. And it just made me just look at things from a whole different perspective, especially 2008.
And we do want to get into those type of things too, like because there's always gonna be, like you said, you went through things that you're supposed to see to make you want. But then there's also things that obviously you see them, but it just flipped everything. It just turned your whole world around.
Oh yeah,
and just made it go somewhere else, right?
You had no other decision but to go that way.
Oh yeah. So like back to that flyer, attending that Bape event, I end up buying the Bapes. I come back uptown and everybody's clowning me like, Yo, you got
Like,
on
what the
fake
fuck are
Air
those?
Force.
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck are those? You got on fake ass Air Force Ones, but they just
They didn't
wasn't
know.
up on game.
Yeah.
And the way I styled them was fire. Like with the Mitchell and Ness throwback, Mesquite was popping at that time.
was popping, yeah.
So had the paint splatter with the shit. Actually, Sleep actually was designing for Mesquite. Shout out Sleep. He was designing for Mesquite, so he used to put me on to like new shit that Mesquite was doing, and so I had all the fly shit matching with the Babes. I fucking Howard was like, yo, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. He ended up copping
He
a
bought a
pair.
pair,
So I already knew like, yo, these shits is gonna be popping. Like I did my research. They was already popping in Japan.
Yeah.
So we had just got them stateside. So, I like to be, one thing about me, I like to be the first person up on everything. Like, I like to be the first to have it. I like to be the first to know it. Like, if I'm not, I really don't like to fuck with it. But I just like being up on shit.
Yeah.
And the Babes was really it for me. Like, I was just like, yo, these are fire. They're not getting the love uptown, but everybody loves them downtown. So that kind of made me shop in Soho.
Okay.
So because there were more options and there was
That's true.
Different shit.
Yeah, people who stay local.
More
They
colors.
up here, stay local and shit.
like Fordham and Burnside and shit like that. Like they always had the little mom and pop shops. But during that time, since I started spending more money on clothing, I started realizing authenticity.
Yeah.
So and I started doing like comparisons. Wait, why doesn't this shirt feel like this one that I got in Soho? And when I started doing that, I started realizing that a lot of places on Fordham was selling fake shit. So
Breaking news.
Yeah, a lot of fake shit. Like a lot of my friends.
90% fake shit though. Like
Yes.
that be going on.
And this is back when I was around younger than you, because a lot of my friends was running around with the newest Jordans, but were they real?
Yeesh.
I don't think so. And that's a strong I don't think so,
That's a fact.
because I knew like there's no way these motherfuckers got them before the official store. You feel me? So
yeah, when they used to bring.
yes, they used to
Fucking
have
A.
early motherfuckers used to pop the trunk.
Yo,
And there would be,
ain't
he'll
lying.
have all the fucking shit that's coming out next month.
Like, how the fuck you
And
got
this
them
is like,
shit?
how the fuck you got them before?
And niggas like, yo, they got the exclusive. Like, yeah, all right.
I mean,
Exactly.
and even you saying that, I know you traveled. Did you ever go to Colombia?
Yeah, I actually
Alright,
just came back from
So when
Colombia.
you went there, did you go to that store that has all the fake Jordans in it though?
I definitely didn't. So
Yo, it's a big mall though,
That
bro.
has a
Yeah,
bunch
it's
of
a
fake
big mall with a lot of like supposedly.
I
fake
went to a
Jordans.
big mall, but I guess since I wasn't looking for sneakers, I didn't stumble upon this store. But nah, I'm pretty sure, because in those type of countries, they don't have the connects that we have over here. Like they not, and people are not buying that shit. Like over there, there's like the people that buy shit in Colombia, they're like from Bogota or some shit like that, right? Like in Medellin, where I visited, that's a nightlife place. Like they don't give a fuck about Jordans or anything like that. That shit is it's too expensive for them. That's one.
Yeah,
Like,
they're not really looking for that shit over there.
It's
That's why it's
fashion in those type of countries. Fashion is the least of their fucking worries, because they're not impressing nobody. And on top of that, the weather kind of permits them from getting a certain type of fly. Like it's hot. It's like living in Miami. You could get fly in Miami, but a lot of people that actually live the Florida life, they're not getting fly every day.
Yeah, they want to be in some
They wearing
flip flops, some
shorts.
shorts.
Yeah. Since we live in fucking New York, it's like a fashion show every fucking day.
Yeah.
Like you go outside, if you go down to Fifth Avenue, you're gonna see some lady dipped in a fucking Louis Vuitton fur or fucking
Deadass.
Bottega boots or some sort of accessory. Like you're gonna see shit like that.
Just
like,
to walk
so-
their dog too at that.
yeah,
You're like,
just
yo,
to
what
walk the
fuck?
dog. And, but as you see, but that's that person. You can't. That's what that person chooses to do.
Yeah.
That person just loves fashion. Like me, I mean, I'm not getting super fresh to walk my dog, but if I had it like that to do that, hell yeah, why not? Like, and that's only because I'm doing that on the wake up.
Yeah.
But like, if you catch me walking my dog in the afternoon, I'm gonna be more than likely I'm gonna
But
be fresh.
you're gonna put that black tee on that you said.
Oh man, that
You
black
know what I'm
tee.
saying? But it's plain. But you'll be like, people gonna look at it. Oh, he got a black tee.
Yeah.
Yeah, your black tee is not my black
Yeah,
tee.
your black tee is definitely not. It's
You know what I'm saying?
definitely not my black tee.
So that's the difference when they do that. And it's true. You say like downtown, you do see that it could be rich ass people, but they got some plain shit, but look at what brand that plain shit is. It's different.
Now you made me you put a different perspective. Now I know why if I see some angry man or somebody angry and they spill something on their shirt, what the fuck? Now I understand, bro, because that shirt is different from mine, bro. You know, mine's I can take off and just go 3-pointer Kobe. You know what I'm saying? But you got to take it to the cleaners, your grandmother, the Holy Spirits, the
hope
church.
it comes out.
Holy water got to dap on that shit.
I done been in that situation way too many times.
Yeah.
Man. Having to take garments to the cleaners and praying that it comes out because it's either, like I said, I like to buy like pieces from collections. So let's say, for example, I got this sweater and I get it stained. There's the likelihood of me buying this sweater again is probably 0 to none because it's probably either sold out. It's probably from a last collection that's never coming back out again. And fashion repeats itself, but never identical. Okay. Damn near never. It's never true. It's never gonna be identical. It may get as close as possible, but it's never gonna be like that one.
That is true.
So
you're never gonna get the original.
Taking shit to the cleaners, you gotta pray. Like, yo, please. This happened to me recently, actually. Yeah. I had came back from vacation and I had a shirt that got stained with some sort of like wine there. And I took it to the cleaners and I was just like, yo, can we take out this stain? They're like, yeah, no problem. I go to pick it up. The stain is still there. I'm like, yo, wait, what did I just pay for? They're like, oh, no, this stain couldn't come out. Yeah, right. This thing could definitely come out. You just don't know how to take it out. I go to another cleaners. Listen, they tried it. It didn't work. Can you do it? Nah, we can't do it. You got to just keep on because...
You find one? You found one?
Of course. Yeah. Hell yeah, I found one because I was so determined to get that spot out and not toss the tee. Because I was like, if I toss this tee or it becomes pajamas, because that's what basically ends up happening.
I was going to ask you, too, at that point, what do you do with the clothes?
Exactly. I find a way. That's what I do. I fucking find a way. Or I find an alternative. Or I find an alternative, like, if the shirt is white, fuck it, let's dye it black.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, you feel me? Like, you find a way to keep the clothing.
No, that's straight fashion,
that's hack.
Yo, that's straight fashion right there.
Like, yeah, but then sometimes that's kind of hard because if you, let's say I got a white shirt and the white shirt is stained, it was a white shirt, right? And it was stained. If I wasn't able to get this stain out, do I dye it black, right? Let's say I did dye it black. And then a person that's up on game sees that shirt and they like, yo, that shit didn't come out in black. so that's kind of like the double-edged sword. Like, you could only like fucking.
Nah, but that's when you hit them with the it's the one of one, nigga. I
got they say they're gonna go cat.
Nigga, I'll be like, nigga, look at the tag.
Sometimes people like me is gonna know, and we're just gonna be like, yo, be honest, you dyed that shit, right? So that's really like
funny.
The fucked up part about going that route. But nah, man, there's always a way.
There's a way.
Somebody like in everything that is possible, somebody has perfected it. So if a cleaner says, yo, we can't do this, they just didn't try hard enough. Another cleaner is perfected that shit, and he could get out any fucking stain.
There's definitely levels to this cleaner shit too. That's why you gotta be real. Like you gotta know which cleaner you're going to bring your shit to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But definitely the cleaners. Don't any like expensive garment. Don't wash it. Washing does damage to your clothes. Yeah. Like cleaners, if you have anything nice or anything that you spent significant money on. Another thing too
that is true though.
That people should take note on. When you spend money on fashion or garments, pieces, whatever you want to call it, look at it as an investment because of the type of game that we're in now. I want to say a game because it is a game that people play, but there's resale outlets in everything, whether it's fashion, art. I don't want to say music because music is more talent wise, but like fashion, art, electronics, whatever type of merchandise type of deal. There's a resale outlet.
Always resell
yes, you can always resell it. And the older, the better. The older, the more value. Yeah. So, clothing, humans are always going to wear clothing. We're never going to walk outside like cavemen with fucking a leaf Like
Yeah.
we're always gonna wear pants. We're always gonna wear shorts, t-shirts, sweaters,
sense, though.
jackets, outerwear. Like that's why it's all broken down, like bottoms, tops, accessories, outerwear. Like this is shit that we're always gonna wear for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
So look at it as you're not spending the money. This is an investment because you may be able to sell it later on when you're done with it.
Get something back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
true.
could sell it. You could do some shit with it. But
That's true. Yeah.
exactly, like
That's true.
mm-hmm.
So I know you said 2004. You said that you said your highlights on the 2004 was a great year. But you said 2008 was a pivotal year, right?
Yes. So 2008, man. 2008 was good and bad. Like for me, 2008 really opened my eyes to, yo, you gotta get it together. Like,
Okay.
cause in 2007, it was I really didn't know what to do, like what I wanted to do.
You was like lost in
Like,
life.
I don't want to say lost in life, but I was getting money, but I wasn't really getting money.
Right.
Like, you know, I was comfortable. I was comfortable. I had my own crib at that time. I had my son was doing good in school, like everything. I mean, my son was about 3 years old. He wasn't even really in school yet, but he was good. Like that's what I remember. He was good. I was like couldn't hold a job, but I was getting a job. Like I would get a job, hold it down for a couple months, leave that job, get another job, like shit like that. So the job shit was a whole revolving door, but I was in the street. Like I was outside for real in 2007. Like seeing everything, doing everything. Like gambling became a thing for me.
Yeah, you got
like,
into that. Like,
yeah, like just playing dice and just shit like that. Like that shit was like I always wanted to play dice. I just always wanted to gamble. Like hence the name Vegas. Like gambling was just I don't want to say degenerate because I wasn't gambling like big money like that.
Right.
But I knew I always wanted more money. So if I could gamble, it was just a way to make money faster. And without doing the other shit. But doing the other shit was getting the chicken fast, then gambling. And it would be gambling for dumb shit. Like, yo, I bet 100. Yo, this is real shit. Me and my boy, I was like, yo, I'm gonna shoot this paper. This is
That's how you know that shit is real bad when you start betting on anything.
Yes,
like,
and this is not like a paid in full reference or none of that shit. This is real shit. Like we would bet on the stupidest shit, and I was like, yo, $100. I don't make this piece of bro. It was a toilet paper ball. In the garbage cans that's mad big, but then they got the little asshole.
oh yeah.
It was, bro, there was no way I was making that.
You still betting $100 on this shit.
Bet $100, and guess what? I fucking made it. I fucking made it because I'm a winner. Like at the end of the day, I'm a winner, and I fucking made the shot. My boy paid me the $100 right there. He even fucking betted me. Because I'm known to take my time when I get dressed. Because getting dressed is a process for me. Like I said, like fashion is...
It comes back to that. Like.
Exactly. So he knew one bet he was going to win was timing me getting ready. He knew it. If I'm going to get this motherfucker, it's going to be him getting dressed. Because this motherfucker is... I wasn't on time today. Like, I'm never fucking on time, bro. One thing... I could admit, and it is like a bad habit of mine because being on time is actually a good trait to have.
Yeah.
Like I'm on time to work and shit, but like, and I would have been on time here, but there was a lot of fucking traffic. I can't control that. But like getting dressed, I like to take my time getting dressed because sometimes when you have options, you may feel when I'm in the shower and shit, I'll be thinking of an outfit that I'm gonna put together. Yeah. And then when I get out the fucking shower, totally different. I may be like, oh shit, I forgot I sent these sneakers to get cleaned. Or like, oh shit, this shit is in the cleaners. So that'll make me switch up. But he was like, yo, I bet you 100 you don't get ready in 20 minutes. Shower and everything. Because we used to work overnight. Okay. So he was like, yo, what you want to do later on? I forgot what the fuck we was doing. I think we was going to a studio session, but I was like, yo, let's go shopping. I'm thinking he was gonna say no, like, you know, and dub it, but he was with it. He was just like, all right, fuck it, come on, let's go shopping. So I'm like, I bet. So he's like, yo, but no sleep. Remember, we worked overnight. Okay. We had got out of work at like, I want to say 7 a.m. So he wanted to like basically go home, shower, get dressed, be in the city by like 10 the latest, like when the stores open type shit. That's actually one of the best times to shop. Like for anyone that doesn't know when's the best time to go shopping, shop when the stores open.
Hell yeah.
It's a breeze. Everybody is like, everybody wants to be the best employee, so you're gonna get help. Like,
Yo,
you know, everybody's on that type of time.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's alert.
Yeah,
like
true,
everybody, you know, they want to be the best employee. You're gonna get help. You could try on mad shit without waiting.
True.
Like if you that type of person that needs to try on everything, you could try on mad shit. You could take your time. Yeah. Like if you there early, you could take your time, get all the bullshit out the way that's all in between. Cop, go home, be happy with your fucking purchase. Exactly. Nice. So he had betted me 100 that I couldn't get ready in 20 minutes. And this is like a shower, Q-tips in the ear, lotion, all of that shit. All of that shit. Like I said, that shit is a process.
There's no way you get that.
I fucking got ready in 20 minutes. Really? Like when anything is turned into a bet, I take that shit super serious. Like cause I'm determined to win this fucking bet. If I lose, exactly, hell yeah. But that comes from playing football. Yeah, like and like if I don't, bro, I can't look at myself and be like, I'm a fucking loser. Yeah. Like losing to me is one of the worst things.
Well, at least you know that you try. You can't say like I didn't try hard enough.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with if you try, you can't be a loser. Yeah. But not trying and just being like, nah, I'm not betting. It. Nah, you're a loser then. If you're not betting, you're not really. If you're not willing to take the risk, you're a fucking loser, bro.
But listen, but it's funny he say that because it is true. Like. Not the the loser part, that's different, but as far as not trying, I mean not trying and taking the risk on something that you really want, that's what progress is. You can't be something if you don't take the risk on doing something, right?
Definitely gotta take the risk.
You gotta take the risk, and everything's a risk. Well, it's gamble. You gambling your life when you're doing things like that, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's like you gotta take the risk, I think, at life. So but guy, I don't know, you fit the 2008 like.
So back to 2008. So all the lead up doing a bunch of reckless stuff in 2007 led to a very like, I want to say something that really altered my whole life in 2008 because there was a situation.